over the last couple of days, few days, right? There have been a couple of different things going on um, in regards to the nonsense that the Movement for the People's Party keeps doing. So they're trying to hijack these progressive concepts, take them over, and if you don't want to participate in their events and the way that they organize things, then clearly you're against the legislation, right? That is the messaging that they do. That if you don't let them lead us, then you must not believe in progressive policy, right? Because we have to accept their leadership. We have to. Nick Brana told us so. Jimmy Dore told us so. Fiorella and Pasta told us so. We have to accept their leadership as leaders of the progressive movement, or we're not truly progressive. That's where we are right now. And even when the true leaders in the progressive movement are out there and willing to coalesce and participate in their events, that's not enough. That's not enough. Oh, you were just using that to co-opt our event. Well, you invited everybody, right? You invited everybody. So, they tore apart Cory Bush because she showed up to Savage Joy's event, Joy Marie Mann, who is one of the most bitter people. Look, I get that you have a disability, but it should not be your excuse for your poor behavior, for your jackass behavior. That is not an excuse. We all tried to help raise money for her to get her procedure, the shots in her eyeballs in 2018, and then she went on to demonize us as lizard people helping Gillum's campaign. She would prefer Ron DeSantis as governor of Florida, and she's continued to have this nastiness the entire time I've known her. So that's what happened at her event. They went on to storm AOC's empty office, and there's such a funny graphic. Andrea, who is known as Cyber Demon on YouTube, did a segment on this morning, and I think I actually shared it to my wall. So they were in DC for that for a protest, right? And AOC was campaigning with Nina Turner in Ohio. And so instead of staying in DC and going to Alex's office in DC when she returned on Monday, they instead flew up to New York and went to not even her Queen's office. They went to an office of an assemblywoman where she shares some space. And that's where they had their little event. And oh man, some of you people on the advisory council, I'm so shocked that you want to let your reputations go down like that. So then they do this whole storming thing on Monday that was a complete failure, and it looked like something straight out of Trump doing his thing in front of the landscaping company. It's like so stupid, really stupid stuff. But on top of it, now many of you locals, you will know who I'm talking about. I've got Luis Huong, who tried to run for Irvine City mayor, and he was told, look, we can't support you because we already have a viable candidate, who, by the way, has just been ranked as one of the top 10 up-and-coming mayors in the country. So Mayor Farah Khan was who the party ended up backing. And there was no way. I mean, even if he did show up to the endorsement vote, which he didn't, his name was on the agenda. His name was on the agenda for that endorsement vote. I was there, and he didn't show up. So Farah got the party endorsement. She would have gotten it anyway. There's no way that the Central Committee would have voted for this guy. He's so obnoxious. And I don't know why he keeps coming to me. I don't know why he keeps coming to me. I don't even live in Irvine. I don't want to deal with your BS. I don't want to be involved. So last night they passed the Anti-misogyny Resolution, which is awesome. Ada Briceño wrote it. He is co-opting, trying to remove that word from my vocabulary. He's co-opting or just flooding my comments with criticisms against Ada on my commentary about how wonderful it was that this resolution got passed. He's being misogynistic in the comments of the video and demanding my attention and demanding that he didn't get attention from Ada. Okay, I don't think he understands what the concept of misogyny is. But, that is, I think, why so many misogynists and patriarchal people are drawn to the movement for the People's Party, because it's not about advancing policy. It's about advancing control. It's about fascism, basically. You do it my way, or you don't do it at all. You do it my way, or you're not real. Okay. So, for those of you who went to the Irvine event, you need to know who you're working with. This guy is, he is a misogynist. He's demanding. He's obnoxious. He's rude. And he's 100% with this People's Party bullshit. If you guys are going to do a People's Party, fine. Leave the Democratic Party alone then. Leave us alone. Don't try and get into our party politics. Don't show up to our events, our central committee meetings and crap. What are you doing there if your entire point is to be rude and destructive and not actually advance policy? Because you know what? How many people did you guys actually have any action items at these events? Did you tell your the attendees to start lobbying your congressional reps and lobbying your senators? Were there any action items given to all these people, or did you just show up for some performative politics? That group is nonsense. And no, I will not attend any of your events because you keep telling us that it's okay to align with Nazis and Boogaloo boys and white supremacists. Not interested. Not interested. And for the major events, the LA event, the DC event, the Boston event, there weren't actual people who can really speak intelligently on M4A. And that's why Betty Dumas had to keep cutting the mic on her LA speakers. You guys are making the choices to align with certain people that are disruptive. You're making these choices. You're saying, I would rather work with Jimmy Dore than with authentic organizers who really want to get the job done. You guys are making these decisions, and you're making yourselves look like fools, and you're working against what we're trying to accomplish because you're making it ridiculous. You're making it so that it cannot be palatable to mainstream voters if it's this farcical. And it is this farcical. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I left comments up, but I blocked him. This is the second platform I've had to block that guy on. I had to block him on Facebook too. I don't know why anybody would have attended his event. He's horrible. He's horrible. But yeah, he's been trolling my YouTube channel today. And he says, Ada needs to earn his respect. Can't even, dude. You are so obnoxious. Wow. Okay. She doesn't owe you shit. You even told me, he even says, that was the first time I ever went to a central committee meeting. Oh, really? You tried to run for Irvine mayor and you never went to a central committee meeting? You didn't know how to do this? You demand her attention. You demand that she give you shout outs. You demand that she support you. But that was your very first meeting? Give me a fucking break.